Good evening. Today, international attention remains firmly on the escalating tensions between Iran, the United States, and Israel. Tehran has issued stark warnings that any military attack against it would be met with a forceful and immediate response, a message that has raised concerns about potential wider conflict in the Middle East. Tonight, we bring you the latest developments, analysis, and what this could mean for regional and global security. 1. Latest warning from Tehran. Iran's top military leadership has publicly warned that any attack by the United States or Israel would be met with a decisive military response. The warning comes amid increased U.S. military deployments to the Gulf and intensifying rhetoric from Washington. Iran's army chief, Amir Hatami, made it clear that Iranian forces are on high alert and in full defensive readiness. He emphasized that any miscalculation by the United States or Israel would jeopardize not only foreign security, but also regional stability. 2. High alert and military posture. According to official statements, Iran's armed forces have been placed on what military leaders describe as peak defense readiness, with units actively monitoring regional movements and prepared to act quickly if attacked. Hatami warned that any erroneous action by the other side, whether intentional or accidental, could lead to a serious confrontation. His remarks reflect a posture of deterrence, aimed at dissuading external powers from initiating military action against Iran. 3. Supreme Leader speaks on regional war risk. Iran's Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has underscored the gravity of potential U.S. military action. He warned that a U.S.-led attack on Iran could ignite a broader regional war, stretching far beyond Tehran and Washington. In his statements, Khamenei stressed that Iran does not seek war, but will defend itself strongly if confronted. His message highlights a dual stance: opposition to external pressure combined with commitment to deterrence. 4. Context: U.S. military buildup in the Middle East. These warnings arrive against the backdrop of a significant U.S. military presence in the region, including an aircraft carrier strike group and other naval assets. Washington says the deployment is designed to counter Tehran's influence and to ensure security for U.S. allies, particularly Israel. U.S. leaders have publicly stated their desire to pressure Iran into negotiations, especially over nuclear activities, but have also reiterated that all options are on the table, a phrase that includes possible military intervention. 5. What Iran is signaling. Iran's statements signal a clear red line. Any military aggression against Iranian territory, military bases, or strategic sites will trigger a retaliatory response. While official Iranian language has emphasized defensive readiness, political analysts say the underlying message is one of strategic deterrence. Iran's military leadership emphasizes they have their finger on the trigger, meaning Iranian forces are not only ready, but willing to respond instantly if they perceive aggression. 6. Possible scenarios of escalation. Experts outline several scenarios that could unfold from this standoff. A misunderstanding or accidental clash at sea or in airspace leading to unintended engagement. A planned military strike by the U.S. or Israel prompting immediate Iranian retaliation. Regional actors being drawn in, potentially expanding the conflict. In each case, the risk of escalation remains high because multiple militaries are operating in close proximity under tense conditions. 7. Diplomatic efforts and regional reactions. Despite the harsh warnings, diplomatic channels have not completely closed. Some officials in Tehran and Washington have expressed willingness to engage in negotiations to avoid full-scale conflict. Regional powers and global institutions continue to call for restraint, urging both sides to find a diplomatic path forward and to prevent further 8. What this means for the world. The situation carries global implications. Energy markets are on edge, given the strategic importance of the Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz for oil shipments. Alliances, particularly between the U.S. and Israel, are under scrutiny. Regional security. Countries across the Middle East are watching, with some fearing spillover effects. The message sent by Iran, that an attack would be met with force, is as much strategic signaling as it is military posturing. Closing summary. To summarize, Iran has warned both the United States and Israel that any military strike will be met with a direct response. Iranian forces are at high alert and full defensive readiness. The Supreme Leader has cautioned that war could ignite a broader regional conflict. Diplomatic avenues remain open, even as tensions continue. We will continue to monitor these developments and bring you updates as events unfold. Stay with us for the latest on this critical international story.